Hi everyone, welcome to Motorcycle Rescuer. I am the Motorcycle Rescuer, and this is of course Motorcycle Rescuer. Right guys, new fuel line, hopefully less spill. Let's see how easily we start up this time on the button. There's that two-stroke sound we're looking for. There is two-stroke oil in the petrol, so we're okay at the moment. Love that two-stroke sound. Alright guys, that sounds amazing. I've got a lot of two-stroke oil in there. The petrol is literally red. You can see it. Look at the colour. Because it's been sitting a while, so it needs loosening up, but it sounds amazing. Yes, I love a two-stroke sound. Brilliant. I reckon this is a quick little bike as well. I'm going to try and get these less yellowy. I wonder if some cutting compound, or maybe just a clean. Let me try give it a clean, because it's quite hard to see the gauges at the moment. Then the brakes are all seized. They need cleaning up and loosening up. And then it needs its first test run, obviously. So I think I'm going to spend some time on the brakes at the moment. I'll pop the rear brake off. In fact, should we do one brake each, Gary? If you pop the front off, it looks like 210s there, or 212s. I'll pop the rear off. We'll give them a quick clean, and we'll see what we're working with. But wow, yes, so far so good. We heard a 2-stroke 50cc. It sounds healthy. I'd like to know what speed it does. Alright guys, here's probably the best angle because you get to see me more than Gary. Nah, that's not fair. Right, we'll put you here in the middle. We're both working on brakes at the same time. We're double teaming the bike. That could be a strike. Oh, are yours 12s?
Yeah.
Mine's 10s. Have you got a 10?
Yes.
Hey, look at that, handy. Thank you. Fat 10. Oh. There you go. Do you know what? The hard part's done, isn't it? Because the engine runs.
We have some.
What? Mine's off already. What are you struggling with?
Where is this?
Do you need me to get Sultan to help you?
Yeah, probably.
I think I have to take the whole wheel off to get to mine.
Why?
Because it doesn't fit. Oh, that's so annoying. Yep, mine's a wheel removal. Hopefully my torque gun will pop it off. Do you need some muscle, Gary?
If you have some?
Huh?
If you have some?
What are you struggling with? There you go. Ooh, not a 17. Not a... Wow, not a 21. How big is this bolt? Wow, I'm gonna have to try like a 23. There we are. Of course you're stuck. Every bloody rear wheel at the moment I work with is stuck. Bikes hate me. Hang on a minute, maybe I don't need to. What are these 3 bolts? Oh, he's got the big bar. I think I'm punching the wrong bolts. So guys, Gary's fighting with a size 10, and I've realised I need to remove the wheel to get the caliper off. I was trying to take out the middle nut, but I think these three might slide it off, so probably 3 12s there. Here, I'll give you some few of Gary using muscle.
Well,
And cut. So guys, the back brake just needs what I'd call its winter service. You just pop the pistons out a touch, give them a scrub, give them a clean. I always use a little bit of grease on them, but I know it's controversial. Pads have plenty life left in. Retaining pin needs cleaning. The sliding pin needs cleaning so that it this one here, so that they slide well enough. Otherwise they won't. Get that kind of cleaned up nicely. The auto sole will be good for that actually pin. I'll get that pin cleaned, and these are kind of okay. Bit of auto sole on them won't hurt either, but it's all about access. If you want to get them out properly and clean them, split the caliper in half and then pop them out as much as you can while on the bike, then split it in half and pop them out. But this is kind of a winter service, it doesn't need them fully popped out. I'm going to polish them as best as I can on the bike, pop them back in, and then I think this will be absolutely good to go. No kind of major concerns for me on that one. Front one's looking
alright.
not too bad.
Probably the right one needs a little bit more scrubbing. But
Yeah, cool, cool. So the brakes. So we might have a bike here that brakes, that starts, runs and rides and brakes at the moment. So that's quite cool. It's very cool. All right, guys, we've got brakes, we've got an engine, and we've got brakes. Ready for the first test ride?
Just casually knocks over some oil. Here we go.
Wow. Oh, lovely. Just needs a million other things now.
Are you gonna repaint it?
No paint.
You're gonna have to do something with that. It's gone yellow.
That's the retro look. Alright guys, we were just chatting about this bike and kind of what it needs. At the moment it's Leon EU11 GC feed. That's the that's this one, and then the Typhoon. I'll give you the Typhoon one after, because they might have the logbooks. If they do, it saves me so much hassle, but no stress if not. What are we doing? Oh, we're going to power it up and test all the lights and indicators and everything. That's what we're going to do. I heard the horn earlier. I pressed the horn.
Can't remember testing the indicators.
No, we didn't press them at all, I don't think. So, oh, I think that looks better. Let's get the camera up. I put some cutting compound on the glass. I think it looks better, look.
Much better.
So much better.
I think that's alright now.
So you can change the colour, can you? Light?
I think you need to go to mode.
Mode is tripped clock. What's... Oh, maybe it's with the lights. Hang on. Oh, there you go. Look, that's purpley. Oh, that's red. That's blue. Green. Oh, green's nice. Hang on. What are we doing? Oh, we're testing horn indicators. We're testing MOT appropriate stuff, aren't we? There's no indicators. So there's no front. There's no rear. This switch doesn't feel right. No indicators. What about normal lights? No, none. Oh, but it needs to be on, doesn't it? Yeah, go on. Oh, front brake. Oh yes, high beam. Oh, we got high beam. We got low beam. We got a horn. Oh, hang on. Let's try the indicators now. No, we definitely got no indicators.
I didn't see the brake light.
What, brake light at the back? The light's on though. Oh. Yeah, front one works, rear one doesn't. That don't, because it don't start with it. So it'll need that switch. Alright, you know, the kind of... It's alright, because it's kind of a work in progress, isn't it? It's okay, I like it. What I really want to do is put some air in the tyres and take it for a run on the street, but I want to see what speed it goes.
Probably goes 55.
It's a bit scary. We do need to bed the pads in. 50, wow, that would be pretty impressive for a 50cc.
So. Let's look at that sport exhaust as well.
Yeah, I think it's de-restricted because that wire's been cut. So that's a restriction wire, I'm sure, pink or purple nearly always. We don't know if any other restrictions are on this bike in the variator or anything yet. What I'm going to do is give it a bit of a clean. I used some cutting compound here, guys, just to see what we would get. The yellow is quite thick, it's quite hard to take it off, so even that patch there, so I did here and I did here. It's going to take a lot of hand scrubbing, so I think I'm going to get to a hairdryer, take off all of the stickers with a hairdryer, and try and cut it back to its nice original colours. It is not going to be easy and it's not going to look perfect. For now I'm just going to give it a spray down and a bit of a clean as much as I can, and we'll stop. I might start piecing it back together now, because what I'm trying to think what more is needed in regards to
indicators. We need to have a look at.
They might not work though because the rears aren't on. Yeah. It might need all four.
Yeah.
Alright guys, I think it's early days. We might spend half an hour just for chucking this back together out of curiosity to see what happens. For my reference, a couple of things I've got to do before MOT. I've got to polish the forks. They've got a bit of pitting up there. See that there? If they're polished properly and away, then the testers won't necessarily see that. It won't get an advisory. And it needs a battery. And I won't know about indicators yet until I've put the rest back together. So that's what I'm going to do now. Alright guys, we're kind of just playing really. We're just messing, just putting panels on and seeing what it looks like. It's quite interesting. I think we're wrapping up now. 4 o'clock, mate. I got here at 9. The time just flies. It just flies. Unbelievable. I'm quite pleased today. That idled and would have idled all day long, I think. It needs a carb, almost definitely. that fired run road. Now it brakes. We service the brakes immediately. We need to check the indicators by putting all the panels back on, but the switch doesn't feel right to me. The switch is like, it's not clicking off. It's very stiff and it's not clicking off. But these switch gears are pennies, so if we need a new left switch gear, it won't be an issue at all. So we'll double check that. And we're waiting. Hopefully the post came today and my ER5 petrol tap rebuild kit is in it, and if that's the case, I'll get that done tomorrow, I think. The other 500cc petrol was a dud, so I'll probably try and get my 15 quid back for that. It did say it was tested and working, so it's a bit sly. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So a good day, actually, a really good day. That's him again, look. Really good day. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I don't know when this is, when this will be now. Will this be a Sunday video? It depends how long it's lasted. It might be a Sunday video. It might be a Tuesday. It won't be a Tuesday. It'll be Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Please always drop a comment in the comment box, even if it's, you know, rubbish, even if it's just thanks or okay or cheers. Because basically the YouTube algorithm works like that. The more people that click like, the more people that leave a comment, the more people that like other people's likes. That's how it kind of all boosts your channel, basically. And the more the channel's boosts, the better, I think. So apologies, yesterday's video was a bit bland on this old ER5. I'd done lots of nice filming on this, which you won't see until tonight, so that's quite cool and interesting. So you will see that video before this one, so it's fine, so I can talk about it. Start runs right. I've ordered a new battery for it because that's what it needs. The indicators weren't working, but this indicator switch isn't right. It's not popping, it's not doing anything, so I'm going to get that off and have a look. I'm going to use the Galera battery for now, just to see kind of what it is giving. It's the only piece of the puzzle we couldn't get working yesterday, the indicators. We did a full service on all the brakes. The front is working really well, but the pads are a little bit they probably just need bedding, actually. Both pads looked quite new, so that's great news. So we actually have a riding two-stroke bike here, and it just rolls so much better. I didn't have to drag it out today, just rolled it out, and I haven't even put any air in the tyres yet, which I'm sure it will be needed. My plan today was to piece this back together, but that would be nuts without figuring out the indicator issues first, because you just have to put it all back off to look at that again. The bulbs at kind of first glance look okay. The wiring doesn't seem to have been tampered with. You can see the rear bulb here, see the wires here, they go all the way through the main loom. So my guess is that there's a switch issue up here, and I'm going to have a look at that. You can do bridging and stuff later to see if that resolves that issue, but I'm really pleased with how this bike's coming out. Okay, the ER5, even in yesterday's video, even after all that kind of boring filming, it flooded its oil again just before I went home. And me being me, I kept checking that window all day, didn't I? And at the end, it seemed to have risen. So I popped it, I leaned it left and right, and I thought, hang on a minute, it has risen. I dropped all of the oil, and of course, once again, there was fuel in there. So annoying, but I know what happened yesterday. I kind of got unlucky. This tap, this is a suction tap, okay? It wasn't suction, so I didn't test it. I just connected it all up because it came out the pack. It was free flowing, guys. So it's an absolute lie that it's suction anyway. It was free flowing. So annoying. That actually cost me 20 quid in oil, just because it's cheap Chinese crap, and that's what they do. I mean, listen, this little cheap £8 thing would have been great if it just did have a suction and it did need the suction to work. But if I put fuel in this tank right now, that is free flowing. It is not using suction. last piece of the puzzle is, you know, I put the rebuild kit in the carbs, and that got it running well. I'm not happy with the float valves in there, just because they may not be of top quality. Now they should be. I'm not going to complain because pretty much got them for free, but I've ordered originals. I've ordered Kawasaki. That's not actually fully true. I've ordered Japanese OEM quality. I couldn't actually find Kawasaki originals, so I've ordered Japanese pair, which should be better spec, because even free flowing, guys, they shouldn't automatically just be letting fluid through. That just shouldn't happen. They should be blocking it off. So I'm going to kind of do a little bit just for me on that one today, but I'm not going to film it. It's getting a bit boring now. The Galera fired up. You'll see that in one of the videos. You'll see that it fired, and it idled all day long. It just sat there and idled. It didn't like any throttle, but I knew that because the diaphragm in the carb is ruined, absolutely ruined, so it wouldn't be working properly. I've ordered a new intake manifold so that we've got the suction for the fuel again, so that's good. That's coming. And we're desperately trying to resolve the carb issues by either buying a new one or repairing the old, but it's not that easy. What I need to do is measure the carbs intake basically, and try and order a carb with the same dimension. It's massive, guys. You see it in yesterday's video, or the last video. It's a massive carb for 125, but overall this is looking okay. Now the Typhoon 125, it's a state, guys. It's a state. It's not rolling, it's everything seized. The engine mounts are wrecked. Now they're the biggest issue on these bikes. If I pop it off the stand, this is how you test engine mounts on Piaggios and on Galeras. You put it to the side and you rock it. Now look at that. Now the annoying thing is engine mounts is the one thing I can't do. I don't have the press. I don't have the press to be able to do it. So and it's not just this here. It's not this rubber mount. It's the actual mounts up inside there. You basically have to take the whole engine out. So it's not going to be a quick, easy fix, this one. But it is something that needs doing. Both these bikes don't have logbooks, so 362 form, £25 each. And then it's a waiting game, which is the most annoying part of a 362 form. I don't see why they can't just do one online nowadays and have a quicker process. I just don't see why they can't do that. But anyway, it's fine. We'll manage it. So first thing I'm going to do today, I'm going to have a little look, see if I can get some indicators on this thing. I want the carbs off that because I want to hang them loose and I want to flood them with fuel and actually see them spilling out. I just want to see in my own head what's going on, because every time I've tested them they haven't overspilled. So let's start with, I need to get them carbs off. I'm going to do that first. So here's a nice experiment, guys. Anytime I've tested these carbs so far, I've bench tested them with the bowls off, haven't I? And I've tested the floats that way. So this is a simple experiment. The fuel now is higher than the carbs. That means the fuel only has one way to go. So technically, if I switch the fuel on, it should flow down into the carbs and it should sit in the carbs. But this is going to give us an idea of what's going on. The amount of fuel I was seeing in the oil means that this isn't even flowing gently. This is going nuts. I bet now, look. I expect to see at some point some drip. I'm not going to film the whole thing because that's slow. You know, it's watching paint dry. But if I see or hear any drips, I'll come back to you. And if I don't, I'm going to burn it. Okay, let's just go over what we were looking at. We know it has a horn. We know it has, all the lights are working except for the indicators at the moment. Let's have a look at the old dash. There you go. We know that this brake switch on this side isn't working. I can hear it clicking, but it isn't actually working. Nope, so we'll look at that. And the indicators just aren't doing anything at all. But I do think the switch doesn't feel right, so I'm going to have to kind of play with that. How lucky are you if you reckon it will start? I mean, I think it's really safe to say that that is a good solid engine. Really safe to say that when it starts like that. It's a two-stroke, it obviously needs good warming up, but beautiful. Right, let me take the switch apart and see if there's any obvious problems in there to start with.